Hi friends, this is Laura Krumzak with the Disney Slowdown, and I've got some tea to spill for you. The pins that they swore were not going to be faked are being faked. I just found them this week. So, I told you it was going to happen. Let's talk about it. Okay, I'm going live because I've been really busy and I'm in the middle of editing a really big video. Just it's got a lot of edits and I just can't think about editing another video. So I was like, you know what? We're just going to go live. We're just going to be real. We're just going to talk amongst friends. Now, I've done a few videos about pins. We didn't really get into pin trading until right at the end of our first year of having an AP. And I've said this before in a couple of videos. I did a video about pin trading a couple of months ago because that's when we really started in on these wave pins. And I don't remember what it's called because I am a human being, but I will link it here for you when I find it and when this is all processed. So if you're unfamiliar, in I think it was about 23, Disney started adding a diamond on the back. I don't know if I can get you to see it or not. Where's this one? Here we go. They started adding a diamond on the back of their pins. Can you kind of see that right there? I know it's not easy. It's that thing right there. It's a little Mickey head and it's like a crystal. And they were like, oh, that helps them to not be faked. Well, guess what? I don't know about any pins from 23 or 24, but they had these wave pins come out in 25 and they were just all the rage. Everybody wanted wave pins. And I showed that in that video. So if you want to go and learn about these wave pins, please do that there. They came in a little bag. They were a silver bag, and there was either a blue castle on the front or there was a pink castle on the front. So the blue castle was wave A. Took me 3 months to get that straightened out because I think I did it wrong in the video, but I corrected it with type. So wave A is the blue castle, and there's, I don't know, 6 maybe different lines of series. So they have the 25 years of pin trading, and there's a different character, and there's 6 different pins. Then they had the different Mickey ears. They had different castles, like this Haunted Mansion castle, which is kind of cool. And what else did they have? They had like treats and bubble wands, and then they had um, blue people in wave A and green people in wave B. Actually I'm just sitting here with my pins because, we're just going to have a chat. So, like, I have 4 of the 6 blue people, but the blue people that are remaining that I don't have are Hades and Stitch. And I'm not going to find those on a pin board because those are really popular characters. Stitch is like, everybody's crazy about Stitch. Oh, there's one of those bubble wands. Isn't that super cute? Before I knew what those were, I was seeing them all over on the boards in November, and I was like, those are interesting, but I didn't understand the whole wave concept and, what they were. But I did get an R2D2 one, and I don't remember if they're wave A or wave B. Whatever, man. I don't care. But anyway, so we were down in Orlando last week, but I did not make it into the parks. And I can't tell you what I was doing. Sorry, I'm going to turn this do not disturb for just a minute because people are popping in. I can't tell you what I was doing, and I really, really, really want to, but I'm not allowed. So I will tell you as soon as I'm allowed, but we were in Disney World last week. Samara's actually still there, and I can't tell you what she's doing. And I don't know if she's going to make it into the parks when they're open for business. Anyway, So I didn't check the boards, but I did take my son to Lakeland Antique Mall because he wanted to go. We had went there before and gotten some fun things, and he wanted to go and see what it is. He loves a flea market, antique mall, anything. He had Christmas money burning a hole in his pocket. He wanted to go, and he found some really cool things. I found the rest of my daughter's coffee mug pins. My daughter Emily is collecting these coffee mugs. Funny thing, we would see them all over the boards, and I was like, Emily, you really should collect those because she loves coffee. And she's like, I don't know. She started collecting those silly Vinylmation ones, which you're never going to get the full set, and I know her because she wants the full set. I found a Vinylmation. There's a popcorn. Look at that. Of course I got a popcorn one. But she was collecting Vinylmations, and I'm like, girl, there's like 300. You're not going to find them all. And then she finally decided to start doing the coffee mugs, and then, of course, we couldn't find any. So I did find them at Lakeland. They are probably fake. They're $4 a piece, but I figured, you know what? I'm just going to check that box and buy them for her, and now she's got the full set. And I found myself a Cheshire and a Hades. I got Samara. She already had the Cheshire, but I got Samara a Hades one. And I've got some traders because I found some individual ones that she needed, but then I found like a group of 10 and she needed the 3. So I was like, okay, fine. I'll just have traders. That's fine. And then they ended up being 20% off because that vendor was having a sale. So I was very happy about that. Anyway, pins. But next to the coffee pins, I found Wave A castles. And look, because everything we make is in China, everything we buy is in China, they have the boards. They have the official Disney pins. Like this is a board that you're going to find on the back of a lot of pins in Disney. They've got all the official stuff so they can fake it. I'm telling you. So what I noticed about these pins, and yes, I did. I bought some. These are for my own collection. I am not going to trade these. I'm not really interested in the castle pins, just a few of them, but I figured what the heck. And I wanted to compare them to my friend's castles because she had most of them and I did not, I didn't have mine with me. I had her take a picture, but this is what I noticed. Well, first of all, when I saw these, they're like taped up in a Ziploc bag. Hello. I can see people. Thank you so much for I have horrendous what? Oh, great. Thank you. So the first thing that I did was I opened a Ziploc bag and I pulled them off of the board because I wanted to see, is there a diamond on the back? Yep, there is. See that little thing right there? It's kind of hard to see because it's not going to be in focus. And I can't get it any closer to help. But that right there, that's a little diamond because guess what? Everything we buy is made in China. They have access to absolutely everything they need. So yes, the diamond pins are being faked, which is exactly what I said a couple months ago in that video that I've already posted way back there. Maybe I'll post it again. Right here, I'll stick it here again, just in case you're just now tuning in. I said that these diamond pins are not going to not be faked because they have everything. And sure enough, they do. The molds have the diamond mark on the back. Even if the crystals, like they go through quality and then they're shipped to the United States and the diamonds are put on the back. I'll grab this one. The diamonds are put on the back and then they're sealed up in those little wave bags and packaged and sent to the parks. The crystals come from China too. Like, we know this, right? But here is what I know about some of the wave pins. And I did buy, like I said, I bought some for my own collection. I'm not really collecting these. I don't necessarily care about these, but I figured I wanted to see what they were like and how they compared to the originals. So this is, and you're not going to be able to necessarily, you can kind of see the printing on the original ones is raised. So the background on this Haunted Mansion one is all black, and then the design is on top of the background. Where, like the Sorcerer, I don't know about the Sorcerer because my friend didn't have it. This one here is all just printed, which I was a little disappointed in, but that one is printed, so that one totally could go as a fake. And that's the Chaser. It's supposed to be hard to get. This one here, let's go for this one here. So I do know on the ones that are being sold in the parks, the real ones, this Oh Boy and Mickey, this stuff is all raised on top of the blue background. The apples, I don't think they're raised. I think I forgot to check. I don't think the apples are raised, but I noticed that the fake ones are outlined in blue and the real ones are outlined in purple. So you could tell just from the coloring, which is something that they have said before, right? I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this, honestly. I mean, my personal opinion is Disney, lower your prices on pins and then people won't be tempted to buy the fake crap. Okay, there, I said it. Because seriously, getting two, and I don't have a bag, getting two in a blind bag for $22, which with my AP discount is about $20. But still, that's $10 a pin and you don't know what's inside. It could be one of 32, and then they've got this whole like, oh, the Chaser and the Super Chaser, they're supposed to be harder to get. It's a little frustrating. I do want to show you something else though. What I want to show you. Oh. Isn't this the cutest? Definitely not a bag full of poisons. I love it. I did get this on Amazon. This is on my Amazon link in the description box below. It's adorable. I've got pins waiting to go, waiting to be put on a board, but I bought like a frame and some fabric, and I have not had a chance to make that yet. So it's on my list of things to do, right? I just wanted to show you that because I love that thing so much. So some of the things that I do have of the wave pins, like I've got all these D's in both wave A and wave B. I thought they were fun. And then there's some here. These are super old and these are probably all fake because, so I was mistaken. I was thinking, see my little silhouette of Pooh Bear and friends. I'm only missing Eeyore and Rabbit. No, yes, Eeyore and Rabbit are the two that I'm missing of Pooh and Friends. And we saw them on pin boards in December, and I was like, no, I think I already have those. And I should have just traded for them because I got home and I was like, crap. And now, are we going to find them again? I don't know. Maybe. So I'm looking for those. So there's a lot of pins on the pin boards that you don't even have to worry about, right? And this is what I'm going to say to you if you are taking a Disney trip soon. I think before 2023, we had only gone to Disney 2 or 3 times. Twice, maybe only twice. We'd only gone twice. We took my oldest, who's 25 now. We took her when she was about 4. And then Samara, who is 18 now, we took her when she was 4. And Elena was 11. And then we were fostering. We had another little boy with us, and he was 7. And then we didn't go for another 12 years. And Emily and Jaden were, 13 and 9, I believe. We didn't really get into pin trading. We kept seeing it, but we didn't get into pin trading until like the end of our passes for the first year. And then I did not renew Emily and Jaden's pass, but Samara and I still have a pass. And I just collect what I like. I don't really care. Like I found these 3 guys, Huey, Dewey, and Louie, with strawberry baskets. Aren't they cute? It's hard to see. I can't hold them up well. And here's one. I found some Shanghai Disney pins that I thought were really awesome. I've traded a kid for, here's something. I'll show you these. We're just going to go through all my pins because we're good friends, right? See, look, that's from Shanghai. I think she's super cute. I really liked her. And then some kid wanted something that I had and asked me if I would take that pin. And I'm like, well, sure, that's an awesome pin. I would totally take that. So collect what you like. I wish I would have known more about the pins because the times that we have gone and we've had kids, we always gave them money to spend, or grandparents would give them a gift card or whatever. And you've had those conversations with your kids. It's like, do we really need another stuffy? Or do you really have to have this toy that you are going to break in 5 seconds? And if I would have been more pin trading savvy and thought about it, I would have tried to steer my kids toward pin trading earlier on instead of them spending all their money on stuffed animals that we don't need, or toys that they just have to have that they are going to break, and they usually do, right? So pins they're small, they're easily transportable, they don't set off the security. Hot Wheels cars do, just saying. Personal experience. Where did I put him? Did I just lay him down? Oh, there he is. What I would not do is buy a lanyard. These little backs, these little back things, they do not like to stick. We started putting our pins like on our backpacks, and yes, I love Tinkerbell. I used to have my Disney credit card used to be Tinkerbell. The first time I had a Disney credit card, and I was like, Tinkerbell's paying for it. Now Mickey's paying for it. But, Mickey comes after you because that's the kind of guy he is. But anyway, these little stopper backs, they don't necessarily like to stay. I can't even get this off now. Of course, you're going to make a liar out of me. They don't like to stay put. So when we were putting our pins on our backpacks, we had dropped several of them. You can put them in a Ziploc bag, but then you're sitting there digging through your Ziploc bag. That's kind of how we started. The little pin bags, they sell. They look like the Pixar ball, or there's like a Mickey pin trading one. They're circular. They have this foam stuff, which is really great because they more easily, I'm going to make a liar out of me again. Look at these cars. Aren't those adorable? I found the Roger Rabbit one, and then I was like, yeah, I have to have it. So it's easier to take them on and off. And then they sit in a little case. Also, when we have our pin bags on the outside of our stuff, then other kids, especially, or not so much adults, but definitely kids, they will walk up to you and be like, do you pin trade with people? We did have a couple adults ask that. And we're like, sure, if we have anything that you want. I mean, because our pins are mostly off the boards. We haven't bought a lot of pins, and those usually go right away. So, but kids have walked up to us and asked if we would pin trade, and they were looking for specifics. And that's what I would do if you're just going to Disney for a week vacation and you may not be back for a year or whatever. I would buy one of the bigger bags of pins. I think there's 5 in those blind bags. The sleeper, they are still selling the sleeping set, which, by the way, these are also being faked because they're 2022. So yeah, of course they are. But I saw the entire set at Lakeland. But I didn't buy them. Samara had bought a bag of these in the parks because there was a couple of them that she wanted. I think she found one on a board, and then she went ahead and bought the blind bag. And I think they're like $45 retail price plus tax, of course. And so she had an extra flower. Isn't he cute? But that one I know came from the Disney parks because we bought it right out of the bag. And I forgot where I was going with this, but I would buy one of those bags. So you get 5 pins. There's usually, I think, 16 in those there's 16 different pins in that set. There were trash cans, there's rubber ducks. I had a rubber duck for a minute, and then somebody was like, "Oh, I'll trade you the rubber duck." They needed that one, and they're huge. They're big. The trash cans are big too. I also had a trash can, but I traded that for somebody wanted the trash can. But there are different sets that you can buy and then start collecting those. Or if like you don't want the rubber ducks or the trash cans, that would at least give you 5 that you could go and trade on the boards or with people. Those are popular ones that people want, but I would not put them on a lanyard. I see too many of them falling off the lanyards and they're getting lost. Now, some of those bigger ones, like the trash cans and the ducks, they have 2 pins on the back. I don't think I have anything. Well, that one, this huge pin. This one. This has 2, so that's probably less likely to fall off of a lanyard, but I wouldn't chance it. So, or just buy pins that you like for your own souvenirs, because finding a complete set, it might not be that easy. And like those blind boxes, Samara likes, the Haunted Mansion ones came back. They had like a puzzle of 8 or 9, and they were gone in November, but they have been restocked. We saw them again in December. But again, that's 2 for $22, and you're not finding Haunted Mansion on a pin board. You're not going to find those. People are going to buy those. They're going to trade with other people who are buying those blind boxes. Samara's had the same problem with the it was like they're villains pins, and they're almost like stained glass or something. I don't know. They're kind of cool. That's the one she decided to buy. I think she's bought 5 or 6 blind boxes, bleh, and she's still missing 2. She's missing Hades and Shan Yu. She's gotten extra Ursula and the Evil Queen. She's got, she just picked up a hook. Like, I think she bought 2 blind boxes and didn't get either one of Shan Yu or Hades. So is she going to be able to find those? Who knows? So you could spend $150, $200 getting a complete set in blind boxes. Yes, they're fun to open, but that's a lot of money. And then if you want to get the complete set, you're going to have to find people who are trading those as well. It's just my thought. I don't know. I knew that these wave pins were going to start, and these diamond pins were going to start being faked. And that's what I said in the beginning. We ran into several people who just didn't have all the information. The only information that they had was, you want to get the diamond pins because those are not fake. All the other pins are fake, which is also not true, because there are still ones being sold in Disney, like the sleeping set, that are from 2022, and they don't have diamonds on the back. They are not fake. And now that the wave pins are being faked, like, that's not even a guarantee anymore. So I don't know what Disney is going to do to try to keep the fakes out. They're not going to be able to keep the fakes out, because as long as we still make everything in China, they're going to come and they're going to look like they're real. They're going to look official, but they're not. So I would say collect what you like. Don't worry about it. And Disney, maybe you should drop your price and just kind of squeeze out the secondary market. Just my thought. I want to thank you guys for jumping in here. I know I was all over the place and this was a little crazy. I don't think there was anything else that I wanted to tell you or show you with my pins. I am working on, Samara and I were down there for 2 weeks and we played a game. We created a game. We called it, I did the D20 cheese crawl already. That one was out there. That's fun. So if you want to watch that, I'll post that here. But we made up bingo blind, what'd we call it? Secret bingo battleship. That's what we called it. So we each made a bingo card of things that we wanted to do in the parks. And then we each had to write things that the other person might have put on their card in case, I don't know, we were figuring it out as we went along. I'm not going to tell you who won, but that video is coming up. It's just a lot of editing because we were both secretly recording. So, all right. I hope you have a great time today. I hope you have a great day today. Have a great holiday weekend. And if you're going to Disney, have the most fun. Friday is Festival of the Arts begins. So if you can avoid Epcot Friday and this weekend, maybe even the first couple days of next week, I would do that because it's going to be crazy. Everybody and their dog is going to be there and telling you all about the food in Festival of the Arts, but not me. So thanks for tuning in with me, and I hope to see you on my next video. I don't know how to do this.